used to do a lot of in-person community engagement. I can remember maybe 6, 7 years ago when budgets were tight. I'll use a budget example again. Hosting a forum where people could talk about their priorities. And we would have 150 people show up in our large group instruction room, and we would have them, sit at tables of 6 or 8. We'd assign a facilitator and questions and data and let them talk and take a bunch of notes, and then we'd compile it and use it to help us frame decisions. And they were always energizing, but even well attended sessions of 100 people is a small fraction of all people in our community. We have 38,000 people who live here, so 100 show up, and they're the 100 who don't mind coming out in February, the 100 who cared very deeply about the issues, and who may have agendas to, promote, and this is their avenue for doing it. So it was really great to see people face to face, but I don't think it captured enough voices to give us a full complement of how people feel about various issues. And we would ask them tough questions, like during tough budget times, be like, we have to cut $4 million. Should we cut, the music program or the football team or reading? Obviously we wouldn't do any of that, but, it would generate conversation. After a while, people stopped coming. So we wouldn't get 100 people. We'd get 75 people. We'd get 50 people. So clearly that wasn't going to be a way to capture the full voice. And we've also done survey kinds of things. And we still do from time to time on various topics. But I think it's really hard to create a good survey without leading questions or double-barreled questions. And so while it's done, I think the data you get back isn't necessarily helpful or even accurate. The thing I like about the ThoughtExchange is, we send it out there and we get, 50,000 ratings on 400 thoughts. And so it's, you can do it conveniently. Sitting in traffic, I'm sure people do, let me log back on there. I just think it's more inclusive. It's more iterative even, because, we'll launch an exchange, we'll leave it open for a week. So you go in on the day 1, you can come back on day 3, and you can come back on day 5. So it gives people the opportunity to really weigh in if they want to. And you don't have to worry about a snowstorm. You don't have to pay for gas to get to the high school. In COVID days, you don't have to worry about social distancing. So I just think it's a really, really useful tool if you really want to know what people are thinking.